bears a closer examination. In 1959, Fidel Castro overthrew Batista and seized power in Cuba. Almost immediately, the CIA began plotting his assassination. One suggestion was the use of mind-altering drugs to make Castro go crazy during a speech, thereby losing his credibility with the Cuban people. Operation MK Ultra was initiated with the help of psychiatrists Drs. Margaret Singer and Lewis West. CIA operative Dr. Margaret Singer was the founder of the American Family Foundation.
Jones had strong ties to the new left of the 70s, to persons like Huey Newton of the Black Panthers and to Dennis Banks of the American Indian Movement. And his church, the People's Temple, was, by his own description, a Marxist organization.
The leader of this Marxist organization, Jim Jones, had a boyhood friend named Dan Mitrione, who eventually went to work for the CIA, specializing in brainwashing techniques. In 1973, another CIA operator, George Blakey, made the initial $650,000 deposit on the land in Guyana, which became Jonestown. At the same time, Operation MK Ultra began directing its attention on religious cults.
There have been many allegations over the years that in some way the CIA's MK Ultra program may have been involved in what happened at Jonestown, and that perhaps in this way Jones was manipulated through drugs or hypnosis.
After the tragedy at Jonestown in 1978, Dr. Margaret Singer's American Family Foundation changed its name to the Cult Awareness Network.
So it's ironic that Jonestown, which the FBI used to explain away what happened in Waco, was itself a likely conspiracy.
900 people died in the steamy jungle of Guyana, so 100 more on the plains of central Texas wouldn't matter. When you have no regard for human life, numbers are not important.
I happened to be over at the Brittany Hotel. I was seeing Catherine Madison, Branch Davidian, and after I was through visiting with her, I was downstairs talking to Rita Riddle, and the phone rang, and it was Derek Lovelock saying that he had been released from the county jail and would somebody come get him. Derek made it pretty clear in his mind that the people that were back there, none of those survived. They were on the east side away from the camera. And there are some rumors and reports about people seeing things that went on there. We don't know how accurate that is.
Yeah, but we do know that the live footage from April 19th from all the major networks did in fact, they stated that they saw 25 to 30 survivors, and this was in fact confirmed.
What we know is on the flip side that there are between 25 and 30 survivors.
We have several witnesses that say that they saw 25 to 30 people exiting out these double doors in this cafeteria. One of the people that survived the fire and is currently under indictment says that he came out that door with Jimmy Riddle that day to escape the fire, and that these people were gunned down in cold blood as they tried to escape.
I believe from what we hear, the rumors we hear, that obviously they didn't go back in the fire of their own choice, and they didn't come out of the fire, so something had to happen to them, and yeah, I think they were murdered.
Nobody wants to admit that their government could possibly be guilty of such a thing, but based on what I've found out here over the past 5 months, I have no choice but to say that they were.
You listened to his music for 20 years? I still listen to it. He's been fighting for our right to keep and bear arms as long as he's had a handgun since he was a kid. Ted Nugent.
Thank you very much. You noticed. Well, I'm going to just make a simple statement here, because it's so simple, it's stupid.
Even though he disagrees with David Koresh's motives, rock and roller Ted Nugent has a definite idea about the government's actions.
There are many innocent civilians dead because the ATF abused their powers, got the wrong address, searched with faulty warrants. I know this stuff. It's been documented. Where is this investigation? I'd be willing to let Bill get by with Whitewater for a while till we find out who the murderers are in our government. And that's what's happening. The ATF, even the FBI, the IRS, these people work for us. They are responsible to the American people. They are not being responsible to the American people, and I am deeply saddened. I am hurt. The bottom line is the good people are an asset to America. Leave us alone.
The only real security of liberty in our country is the jealousy and circumspection of the people themselves. Let them be watchful over their rulers. Should they find a combination against them, they have, thank God, the ultimate remedy. That power which created the government can destroy it. Amen. Should the government on trial be found to want amendments, those amendments can be made in a regular method, in a mode prescribed by the Constitution itself. I was taught the same things that most of you were taught. I've learned differently. And we all have that responsibility. And those who died will have died in vain if we leave here today and forget what has happened.
Amen.
Amen. Mr. Engelman?
Amen.
Amen.
I'd like now to read the names of all of those that lost their lives here during that 51 days. Cyrus Howell, David Koresh, Rachel Howell, Star Howell, Sherry Jewell, David Jones, Perry Jones, Michelle Jones, Serenity C. Jones, Bobby Lane Koresh, Steve Schneider, Judy Schneider, Mayana Schneider, Sonia Murray, Douglas Wayne Martin, Wayne Martin Jr., Anita Martin, Sheila Renee Martin, Lisa